What's going on, guys? You guys might see more jump cuts. I said this in my last video because I still have a really bad cough. The title of this video is When Will She Return? When will my ex return? Something like that. So I got a question from a guy and he asked me, he gave me his entire situation, which you guys don't need to hear because, again, I've said this before. Most of the problems that you guys are experiencing are falling under the same umbrella. Some are more intense than others. Some are a little bit different, but generally speaking, your guys are dealing with the same issues. It feels unique to you, but it's not. Okay, looking at it from my angle, it's one of those, like, when I went through his issue, the first thing he asked me is, when can I expect her to return? When can I expect? When can I expect? When can I expect? Because he's already outcome focused instead of process focused. And I'm a business person. In 2022, this year, I am adding a client SEO service to my business. I've already done the content marketing side. I've already done it for myself. I have a portfolio of sites. So I already have a portfolio of sites. I'm just going to be adding a service to that, and I want to grow it. I already have a lot of expertise. I bought a new course just to have the structures in place. And the reason I bring that up is there's certain processes to everything, right? Business has a process. If you want to scale a business, you're gonna need people and employees, depending on what the business model is. But most businesses, you're gonna need people to replace you and replace certain things that you do. And I'm only bringing this up because I want you guys to understand that a relationship, right, is kind of like that, but just smaller scale. You're only with or serving someone else. If you're in a relationship, you guys do have to remember, you're serving each other. You're there to give, not to take. You get what you get from the person, and if you don't like what you get, then why are you with them, right? Again, this guy was so outcome focused and not process focused. He's never going to get the result he's looking for. So going back to the business example, if I was outcome focused all the time instead of process focused, right, then I'm never going to get to my goals, or if I do, it'll be slower. Instead, I focus on things that are going to move my money forward, acquiring new clients, running advertisements, referrals, whatever it is. So right now, because I'm new to the client service stuff, I'm going to be starting out small for prices, but I'm going to increase my price. And as I increase my price and get more clients, obviously I can't do all the work. Once you figure out what the process is, I really hope this makes sense. Keeping someone attracted to you, right? That is the main process that you have to understand being in a relationship. Okay, there's a process to going through a breakup as a dumpee. Nobody cares about the dumper, you know what I mean? Like people sometimes might even say, like, what's the dumper's experience, right? Okay, people do care about that because dumpees want to know what they're thinking. But what matters is that person reaching out and trying to fix things with you, right? So I know you want to have expectations. I know you want to know when you can expect things, because really what you're looking for is control. You're looking for control in a situation where you have absolutely none of it, because the person that ended the relationship has all the power, and the only way to take your power back is by letting go. So if someone breaks up with you or says that we need a break, or I want to be friends, or whatever, just mentally, this is what I always did. I mentally just said no, and I just ended things in my head, right? Because when somebody says we need a break or whatever, they're not attracted to you anymore. So the process of sustaining attraction throughout the relationship or over time didn't work. Once you learn what those processes are, it's so much easier to figure out what the other person is thinking and what they're going to be doing. That's why I, as a coach or mentor, I can do this. I can tell you guys. I ask specific questions, and usually they're revealed to me when I get on the phone. But usually, like, are you guys still in contact? What's the last thing she said to you? When you guys broke up, what did she say? I go through a series of questions normally. But normally people volunteer all this information to me, so I don't really have to ask sometimes. And then I will make a judgment call based off of his actions and then what the relationship was like. And most of the time, it's a sustaining attraction. Sustaining attraction was the issue. So what we need to do is understand attraction. That's the first process. And this guy's focus is in the wrong place. If like, he's trying to figure out when she's going to be contacting him, when she's going to be, reaching out to him, right? Should I block her? Should I delete her? Should I respond? These are little things that are good questions. Like, if she messages me, what should I do? That's fine. But the focus needs to be in understanding attraction. Because look, what I say to my students, I say this all the time. If she came back tomorrow, could you keep her? Right? And the answer is most likely no, because the work still hasn't been done. So what I get all of my students to do, and what you guys should do, is focus on your individual self and upgrading, level up. You have to. The only way to go forward, because look, if they came back, they're going to look at you, right? They're going to take some time. It could be a couple of months, right? Generally speaking, from what my experience has been like, just by looking at all the situations I've dealt with over the last 3 years, 4 years, if a girl comes back, it's usually within the first 1 to 3 months, give or take. After 6 months, stuff like that, if it takes that long, usually they're in another relationship. Women don't like being alone, so they're going to be in a relationship. They're going to monkey branch. Lots of things happen. So generally speaking, it's usually pretty quick. I know a month, and it doesn't seem quick when you're dealing with it, right? But man, a month, like, it's February already. Like, what the fuck, Like, I had COVID like 2 weeks ago. Up until, I still have a cough, but like my fever went away after like 2 days. And then I had some breathing issues. It wasn't bad. I didn't have to go on like a ventilator or anything. I just had to make sure that I could breathe sometimes. So, and just my cough has been bad. And that was 2 weeks ago. So time flies, right? But when you're dealing with a breakup, it feels like time's going on forever because you're so hurt. To answer the actual question, when are they going to return? It really depends. It is a process. That's why you have to be focused on the process. So I get all my students to read the books so they understand attraction, so they understand female nature, so they understand the game they're playing. Yeah, I know. And everyone's like, oh, love's not a game. Love's not a game. Right? This is coming from people who don't fucking understand, right? Most like, you'll hear that same shit from people who think arguing is normal. Okay? And this is why people don't understand what to do in relationships, because they don't have a good foundation, or they don't understand the actual fundamentals of what a relationship should actually look like. They have an idea of it through movies and whatever, or people that they've seen in their lives. But truthfully, people don't know. Most people don't know. A very small percentage of people know. Just like a very small percentage of people know how to actually run a business. Just like how there's a very small percentage of people who are actually good friends, right? Good people. So the process that you guys have to understand is developing yourself into a great person that understands attraction, that understands women, that understands the art of communication, that knows when to push, when to pull. And you have to start by filling your knowledge gaps. That begins with the books. I'm only a guide and mentor. If you want coaching, let me know. It's in the description box below on my website, masculineenergy.net. But as a mentor, I'm not doing the work for you. You guys are doing the work. And most people don't really want it, right? They think they do, right? But a lot don't. They want their hands held. So I've had many students who, maybe like 20%, who will actually ignore the work I tell them to do, stay in my program, ask questions, never read the books, get into a new relationship, and fuck up all over again. It's amazing. And I'm not reaching out to them because I have hundreds of students. It is your job to reach out to me and ask, what should I do? But then they're not actually doing the work, right? So it takes doing the work. Rich Cooper says this all the time. Do the work. When you do the work, you're not going to fuck up as much because your knowledge gaps are going to be filled. Focus on the process, not the outcome. No matter how much control you want, you're never going to get it, because what you're looking for is to feel better so that you can go day to day. But how you feel influences how you think, which influences your actions. So if you change how you feel, right, that way you can start actually taking better care of what you do Okay? So you can make better decisions. So you don't send those dumb texts. So you don't show up at her work. Oh, I ran into my ex. You know, often I hear that shit. I'll see you guys later. I know it's not the exact answer, but look, that's the way it is. Okay? Being outcome focused is never going to get you the desired outcome you want when it comes to getting your ex back. It's just not. You have to be process focused, focused on yourself, focused on the daily goals and actions. And don't do it for them, because if you do it for them and they don't come back, you're going to be disappointed all over again. All right, guys? Take it easy. Coaching down below. Done.